So we're at day 10 now for these young birds. Just going to open that up so you can have a look. Right, so as I say, it's day 10 and we're going to be putting the rings on these chicks. As you can see, they are completely ringless at the moment. But we're going to put the rings on and make them official races. Now, most fanciers you'll find wait until they're all feathered up to start spreading the wings and having a look. But what I like to see here is to make sure all these feathers have developed and they're not showing any signs of damage, because if they're damaged now, then it won't be a good sign for the future when they are promoted to the race team. So what we're looking at is all these little pin feathers, making sure they are growing and developing correctly. That one back, this one's a little bit smaller. What I should have done is taken away the egg when it was first laid and waited until, or replaced it with a crock egg, is what a lot of people do, until the second egg is laid. See, this one you can't quite see where they're developing, but what we want to do is make sure all those feathers are developing properly. And what we'll find is, here's another bird from a different nest. Obviously we need them to all be developing nicely, because if they are damaged in any way or they miss a feed, you'll get what we call stress markers. And it'll be a little line across the feather that will show a just an indicator that the bird missed a feed or was stunted in some way. So we'll crack on. We'll ring these birds. Alright, we'll take this one first. Oh, I did just knock the camera, and what I like to do is put it on the bird's right leg. So obviously, bird around that way, it'll be the right leg. Turn it round to the left leg when you're looking at it this way. What I also do is make sure the ring is the right way up to me, which is the wrong way up for the bird. It would be upside down. What this means is when you're racing on marking night and the people marking the birds can quickly identify that it is the right bird, it says it is on the clock, they'll usually hold the bird in the right hand so that the ring will be on the left. Just a little bit big, so just give it a quick rotate and a twist and it will slide on really nicely. And if I can quickly find a feather, what we need to do at this moment is, what I do is I'll slide a small feather behind the toe like so. I don't know if this feather is going to be quite big enough. We'll give it a go. Slide behind the toe like that, and then you can grab both sides of it and just gently give it a tweak and it'll oops, slipped out. Might need to replace this feather. I'll give it another go. What I'll do is just gently give it a tweak and you'll pop that toe right out. So that one is 820. As you can see, the bird's not distressed or anything. It's got nice full crop. Just popping back in the nest. And this one's a bit smaller. Again, we'll do the same thing. Shouldn't need the feather on this one, it is a bit smaller. It's got white toes I know some people like to see white toes. To me, it just shows that the bird's got a bit of pride in them. It's usually a really good indicator. As you can see, this one is a lot smaller. Possibly because it's been a little bit behind on the feeding. Still got lots and lots and lots of down on him. But there we go. There we go, there's 2 birds officially rung and starting on their racing pigeon journey. Right, while we're inside the loft, I will give you a quick update. I did lose a young bird in each section or each nest box, unfortunately. So we've got one in here, one in here, one in this one, and there's supposed to be one in this one, but he's done a runner under there and he's under there with him. The 2 that were down here were bred by a former club mate, but unfortunately we lost both of those. Basically I cocked up and both the cock and the hen went out, and they were supposed to be broken in, but unfortunately for whatever reason didn't come back on the night. So unfortunately those birds did get a chill, and I wasn't quick enough getting them under another pair. So yeah, that one is completely on me. And you know, occasionally we are human, we do cock up. It's just one of those things that we, you know, try to learn from, and you know, we correct it so that we don't make the same mistakes in the future. Right, we're going to take a look in this box. Little feisty fellow. Obviously don't want me messing around with him too much. I already picked him up to show you his rings. As you can see, these all hatched out around the same time, within a few days. I've left a bit of mess around the bowls in each of those to, I think the idea is to try and boost the immunity. You know, we can occasionally get a bit too clinical with cleaning, but I do like to clean the floor and whatnot. It's youngster off our blacken again. We only had 1 egg hatched this time, so we didn't actually lose the bird, but only one hatched. So hopefully our blacken will do alright this year. Hop him back in there. Again, see, leaving the mess around the box. How well you can see this one. Again, he's clicking and flapping at me. See, it's another blue bar. I believe this is our Roman Klein and be the one Loft hen. See, 06 for that one if you want to keep an eye on it. Again, looking very nice, very smart. And 2 right under here, hiding away. This one was a bit of a smoky blue pied. White flights. But where is he? Yeah. Doing very nicely. As you can see, a few weeks off, a couple of weeks from being weaned. Droppings are all looking very good. Again, growing really nicely, feeding very well. So yeah, that's our bred young bird team. If I take you through into the other side, all of these in here now are the young bird teams we brought in. The ones up there I pointed out earlier with the yellow ring, I pointed out in the previous video. Got two of those with the yellow rings we had from Blackpool. I'm wrong, there's 3 of those we had from Blackpool. There's 1, 2, and the blue bar down there in that corner. Those from Blackpool. The pied up here, pied here, and this blue one here is from a fancier down in Nuneaton, Coventry way, that were picked up in a group. My brother had some of those and I was given a few there as well. And then we have this blue check here and the blue check over there. They're bred by a friend of ours just down the road in our local area. So again, we look forward to racing those. These have all been weaned, you know, a good few weeks. They've been out Loft a couple of times. You know, all of them come back in on time. So yeah, we're feeding. These are still on breed and wean, topped up with a couple of handfuls of barley afterwards. As for the water, using as much as it says comfort on there, it's not comfort. What we've got in there is, if I can take the lid off, bear with me a second. That is pretty full in there. What I usually do is top these up in the morning, and then I'll clean them overnight and chuck out everything and give them a rinse round. I'm not into disinfecting them or anything just yet. I don't think at this stage it's doing any harm. They're still growing, they need to take up what's in the environment. You know, I do go around every other day and start scraping the perches. I will be doing that in a second. You know, they're not living in squalor, they're nice healthy droppings, nice healthy birds. So that's where we're at with that. The water, as I was saying, I think your guys quite lucky you don't have smell-o-vision, because the garlic in this would be hitting you in the face. We are using a sort of homemade version of the Dave Allen Tonic. So that's got in it garlic, iodine. Iodine is one of those things that's really, really good for staving off any infections, that sort of thing. Obviously the garlic is good against the canker, against the worms. So one of the things we really want to keep on top of is the health of the birds this year. So that's something I've been working on. Again, using natural remedies as much as I can. Yeah, I usually mix it up between just clean water, that Dave Allen's tonic, and the other one I'm using is the Oregano. It's small bottle, comes from I bought it from Lofts. I'll put a link to it in the description. It's just an oregano oil that can go in the water. Again, it boosts health, boosts you know, gut support, all of that sort of thing, helps them digest. All that keeps them nice and healthy, and that's all we really want. Nice healthy young birds ready for training, and then to go on to racing. So I think that's all I'm going to have in this video. I'll give you an update very soon. I just wanted to give you a rundown of how the young birds are doing. It's been a couple of weeks. Well, I think the last update is when I showed you the down on eggs. So I'll give you an update in there for those, and I shall see you in the next one.